What's going on, everybody? Holy Gamer here with episode 7-ish, I think, of Stranded Deep stream style survival stuff and things. Want to re-up on what I started and kind of couldn't flesh out properly in the last video as far as that whole privilege video I was talking about, because I started looking at it a little bit more. And I don't think the video in and of itself had anything to do with white privilege or anything of the sort. I think the person that was using it is the one that tried to turn it in that fashion. How come I can't find the right button? That's the one right there. And how did that do us? Get another one of those guys. Let's go ahead and empty our pockets here. Can't remember where we got the clay and stuff. Kind of watched them videos back or something. And what happened to all my crates? Did I leave all my crates over there on the island? I think I was going to make a lashing run or a something run. I think we need to head back over there and probably get our palm fronds online, because I don't really have anything to throw in my stills except lashings. You go over here and check on the crops, make sure everything's up and up. I want to trade out this one crop for a proper crop. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make sure these guys are filled up so they mix stuff while we're gone. Let's fill our jug up, and that one's good. That needs a couple. I need a few. I need more. What the heck? I'm tripping on a deal. This pippy should grow pretty soon, and then we can pick it and replant it. We have some of these guys. Might as well just throw them over here by the taters. And I want to plant this guy. Maybe I want to use those to replace that. Possibly, maybe just do a plank. How many planks do I got over here? 1, 2. Yeah, that should be good. We'll get this tree deal growing. I tested this theory once already, so I do know that you can plant the fruits, and you can get the little fruit trees. Somewhere in here in this in the achievements is, let's see, if I stick one here, one kind of here, kind of want to make them to where they kind of do the same thing, kind of mirror each other, but there and there. I'm just gonna go with it. It's not that big a deal really, one way or the other. Now hopefully I got enough water to fill this thing. I got one shot in there. Those are working. I think there's still a little bit more water over here. Might just fill these up with lashings. Actually, I got another. Ugh. Can't walk. Running out of stems. No water in there. 3 slips out of there. Probably gonna have to use some lashings to fill that up. Oh, we need to go back to that starter island. Kind of clear it off. All the goodies. And get this stuff in the works so it's rocking and rolling for us in the future. I'm kind of trying to keep things moving along, but I'm also kind of, not trying to rush things too much. I'd like to explore some of the content, and I actually kind of like the fishing a little bit. I've been messing around in my other playthrough Let's go ahead and just take these 4 and go fill one of them other stills up over here. While those fill up, probably grab 4 of these lashings and throw them in this other one. Make sure our water's producing. Wrong button. Ah man, why did I get the hole in my hand? Danger, I swear. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. Never heard that one before, have you? Unless you're like over 30. Maybe you actually haven't heard that one. Alright, well anyhow, crops are taken care of. We are going to need palm fronds big time. I do want to build the dock. I like the fishing aspect. I'm going to take a hammer with me so I can make a planking station. Actually, come to think of it, wrong. Throw that back down. These trunks are, I don't think you can actually do anything with them except chop them up. But I want to square out our raft. Feels like it turns to one side or the other. We're going to need a lashing. So we'll grab 4 of these guys because we can. Actually, let's just grab 2 of those guys. The whacker yuccas. And we'll make some lashings out of the yucca drops here. Any other lashings I can make out of that? Nope. Let's go get this guy taken care of. So they can regrow. Okay, it doesn't want to hear it with it. So we're going to need a... Well, you know, I'll just take that lashing with me. Any more? Nah. If I take this guy, do I then have the ability? Yes, I do. Do I have 14 sticks in my possession? Inventory, please. 8, 9. That's gonna make 13, so I gotta chop up 2 of them. Go ahead and produce us a another flotation device on a raft here. There it is. Oh, it's way over there. I'm thinking, I don't know which side of the island's best. I kind of want to just stick it straight out here, so if we're fishing and we lose our bobber, it'll come right back to us. But it's kind of flat right through here. I don't know how far I can get it to stick out, but I don't want it to go out too far because I want to make sure that I can get between that rock and my dock, you know, fairly simple. I don't know if I should go right for that rock. I should probably avoid it. That way I can come straight into the dock if possible. I want to be able to drive across the current to it so I can take back off out of it and come in across the front of it. I can also dock back in that little cove over there with the boat and handle it around and do other stuff like that. Let's see if we can create ourselves a deal here. Right bumper. One of those. Oh, hello. That definitely did something. Let's go grab a couple planks. We'll do that. But anyhow, now back to that whole video thing. I'll try to drop a link in the description to this video. I copied the link earlier so I could possibly do that. I've seen something in the description as to having to set something up in order to allow ads to be posted in the deal and this, that, and the other. So I don't know if it'll allow me to. If that doesn't work, I'll try to comment it in the, drop it in the comment section. If none of that works, then well, I don't know. really know what to do about that one. But what was I doing? I was going to make a plank floor, and it's not going to let me do it that way. Plank floor, that evened us out pretty good. I think we have, let's go ahead and drop these sticks off because we don't need those in our inventory. You take as little as we can with us. What all do we need to build over there? We'll have stuff for lashings over there, so we don't have to take lashings. Oh, we had a whole bunch of lashings over here already. And we're not going to need sticks because I have a feeling we're going to be collecting a lot of sticks. Stuff of that nature. Another lashing, another hammer. Drop one of the hammers. Drop a lashing. Let's just go ahead. Does our deal have anything in it? No, we don't have any water in there. I'm halfway tempted to take the stuff for a still because I believe we broke down our water still. So let's go ahead to take 3 rocks because I'm pretty sure there's no rocks over there. A lashing. We need a palm frond, which I think we can just get over there. Sticks we can get over there. And let's take a coconut deal here. Is that a coconut deal? Empty coconut flask, perfect. That way we can pop up a... Oh, whoa, 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 hello. Do we have a tarp here? I don't think we do. We don't have a tarp. I think our boxes are over there. We should have a tarp over there. If not, then oh well. We'll have to bring this stuff back with us. But I'll try to post a link to the video I'm talking about. But the video itself, I realized after kind of inspecting it a little farther, doesn't actually talk about white privilege. It just talks about privileges that certain people have given certain circumstances in their life. Now, was that thing down or up? Come on, figure it out. But whoever posted it kind of twisted it into kind of a white privilege kind of thing. And you know, I don't the more I looked at the video, the more I realized, you know what, I can't disagree with the video as far as the privilege point of it. And statistics will totally verify the fact that there is a leg up that you get from having a father figure in a home when your parents stay married and you have both your parents in the home. And you know, when you don't have certain hurdles to have to overcome in order to move ahead with your life and the struggles that come with it and the setbacks and things of that nature. So, you know, I don't really disagree with that. The part that I disagree with is the fact that they painted it out to be some sort of white privilege thing in the comment above the video. And hopefully that will show up. If not, hopefully I can just take a screenshot of it and maybe post that. But it says in the screenshot that, you know, the whole white privilege thing's a thing, and they're not trying to make anybody feel guilty for it. They just want people to be aware of it. And it dawned on me that not a single privilege in that video is a white privilege. It is a non-exclusive. There's no one is excluded in the ability to take advantage of any one of those privileges. I mean, now, unless they're saying that, you know, African Americans and what have you are incapable of being a father figure for their children, or they're incapable of staying married for their children, or they're incapable of working jobs and making a steady income. Now, a lot of people will fight you on that one. I've had people fight me on the fact that, oh well, black people just don't have the chance that white people have. Man, they don't have this, that, and the other. It's like, you know, it all depends on their choices. Now, if there are no jobs in the inner city, leave the inner city. I mean, I don't know why anybody would want to live in the inner city myself, but people like that kind of lifestyle and that kind of atmosphere, and that's each to their own. There, I mean, not my thing, but a lot of people dig that, and and a lot of people have really good jobs and they make a really good life at it, and just being in the inner city doesn't matter. But the choice to, you watch old news footage and stuff from a few years ago, they'll tell you everything that the conservatives say these days about, families and this, that, and the other. Yep, there's all our stuff. Families, this, that, and the other being the major cause of a lot of these problems, and the likelihoods of being, involved in crime and these things that come with certain aspects of life and certain choices that people make whenever they're making their families and stuff. And I don't have any. Oh, I already have a still over here. Did I make a still over here on this island before? Must have. Well, that was a big old fat derp maneuver. I have an extra rock now. Well, alrighty then. Let's go ahead and fill this thing up with water, because this thing's already filled. So that can produce more. But anyhow, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the gist of the whole thing. I kind of, I get caught up in the moment and what have you, and jumped out without fully thinking about it. But after looking at it carefully and looking at what was actually there, yeah, there is a leg up. And the question I guess you really got to answer yourself is, do you think it's wrong to afford your children privileges to get them ahead in life, to help them move forward in the world? Now, the one part that I might have to say to the guy that posted that, or anybody that might want to accept his message, is the fact that he says he wants, the white people to realize that their white privilege gives them a leg up, and realize that they're privileged and this, that, and the other. But like I said, that video has nothing to do with an exclusive privilege given that is exclusive to white people. Not a single one of them is not attainable by African Americans or Hispanics or anybody else. So I would have to ask him, why is it you're going to single out white privilege on that whole thing? Yeah, that's privilege. I'll agree to that, but it's not. Nothing in that video is white privilege. And of course, you go back to the whole little rant I had about my buddy talking about his brown privileges, that and the other. It's like, if anything, there's a very lack of extra privileges that white people are afforded. I mean, you're the first person that's going to be labeled a racist. You're the first person that's going to be labeled a bigot. All these things. And when you look at BLM and things of that nature, you want to talk racism? I mean, they flat out point the finger at white people, white cops, nonstop. They don't have anything to say about, the things that the black people do to themselves. Or, what other African American men, I mean, what is it, 95% of African American murder is committed by other African Americans. I mean, now that right there is a major thing. The arguments that I get whenever that's brought up is, you just don't know what they're doing. You don't realize that they have town meetings. They're working on that problem nonstop all the time. It's just, they're addressing, they have to, because they do that behind closed doors, in-house, so to speak. So you don't hear anything about that because you're not in the black community, so you don't know nothing about it. So you don't got a voice for it, or you can't mention it, or you don't got a say in it, or whatever their excuse is. But think about that for a second. If what they figure, the large awareness that everybody needs to be aware of, they want to keep what they're doing in and amongst themselves a big old secret and in-house, and nobody needs to hear about that, and you don't need to riot about that, and you don't need to protest about that. But the 5% of blacks that are killed by white folks, which, like probably, 4.5% of those, I think 0.2% are actually police officers, but that's the ones they're really going after. It's just, if anything, BLM has the bigger finger on the racism pulse than anybody else, because they flat out hate white people, and they flat out blame white people in general for all their problems, and everything that they do wrong is all a white person's fault. And in the midst of being angry at white people, they kill themselves, and they kill other black people that disagree with them because they're not saying what they want them to say, because they're an Uncle Tom or whatever label they want to put on people that don't agree with them. So anyhow, that's my rant. So let's go ahead and just get back to some action. Just got super dark. Let's go ahead and sleep. We have stats. We do not have stats. Let's go have some slurp of water and go ahead and go to sleep. And we will work on, I think I'm going to plank out these trees, because I want to do a plank. Come on. To the point where you can drink some water, guy. Let's go ahead and drop one of these. Oh, it's so dark. Put some of these palm fronds in the... I don't have room. Really? That's so annoying. When I let this thing rebuild overnight, Get that back in our inventory. We're going to need that air in a minute. Go ahead and sleep so we can get some daylight up in here. No, daylight eventually, I guess. It's weird. Sometimes you sleep and you wake up in the daylight, and sometimes you sleep and you wake up in the dark. I wonder if there's a way to manipulate that properly, because I can't see anything over here. I mean, that's got to be like ultra pitch black on the YouTubes. Let's go ahead and just pop into a crate here and get those out of our inventory. I do want to go ahead and just drop some of this stuff. Why do I have deals? I don't want to put those in there. Let's see, food. That looks like a good place for lashings. How's our food looking? Ooh, we definitely need to eat up that food. My food actually, because my cooking perk is up quite a bit, gives me a little bit more. I think there's another food in there. Go ahead and eat that guy. Go ahead and drop that guy right there. Go ahead and drop those, and let's go ahead and do some more harvesting. Just gonna clear cut this whole place and all that good stuff. Now that my ranting point is over, what am I gonna do while I sit here and just beat on trees forever? Maybe talk building structures, stuff and things. As I mentioned earlier, I want to kind of make a little dock. Wasn't originally going to do a lot of building in this playthrough. Just kind of more shoot for, progression in whatever fashion I could. But part of that progression, I know I'm going to have to stock food. And coming across the fishing. The fishing's kind of fun. I don't know if fishing's like super boring to anybody, but I kind of like having little talking points. This, that, and the other in the video. Kind of fills it with something more interesting and something thought-provoking, at least in my own opinion. The kind of stuff that I kind of like mulling over and chatting with people about. And ultimately, when it comes down to those things, if you disagree, or if I've said something and probably been mistaken, and ultimately, I don't hold tight to anything that I say for the most part, because a lot of the times I may not be the best informed. That kind of thing. And I'm not going to go run around pretending that I know everything, because I tell you what, I just drive a truck for a living. Last thing, I'm not a super well-read kind of guy, nothing of the sort. But ultimately, I will ask for evidence as to why you believe what you believe, or at least a logical argumentation and a thought process behind why it is you believe whatever you might be saying. So I don't just take everything with a grain of salt. I may accept some things out of hand directly until I think about them, and this, that, and the other. But a lot of people will do that if that's the best I know at the time. I know just from my own experiences and the things that I have looked into, that certain subjects are extremely overstated. Case in point being the whole idea of the white privilege statement. It's like a blanket statement. It's like a fear tactic, It's like, yeah, everybody wants to claim it. And the worst part is how many people accept that narrative and can't sustain it. Other than the fact that, yeah, well, you're white, you don't know. It's like, man, it's like people don't realize the fact that when I was 7 years old, my dad got hurt, and for about 2-3 years, we lived in an S10 pickup truck. 4 of us. My mom, my dad, my brother, and me. And then my dad went fishing. He would go fishing every day, and he would sell the fish to the local fish market. And he would do what he could to make a couple bucks here and there. And then when he rounded up about $25-30, he bought a tent. So me and my brother would have a tent to sleep in, and while mom and dad slept in the cab of the pickup. Now, an S10 pickup doesn't exactly have a lot of room, and it's got a console in the middle and a floor shifter and all that stuff. So it's not like that was some comfortable super deal, right? But me and my brother were in that tent for about maybe 3 or 4 days, and torrential downpour, Crescent City, California. Torrential downpour, 60-mile-an-hour wind. My brother woke up in about 2 inches of water in his sleeping bag. And, I was lucky I was on the uphill side. But, that's the kind of stuff we dealt with. After about another week and a half of that, my dad rounded up and managed to save up about $60, about 3 sheets of plywood, and some hardware and stuff. And he built a little camper on the back of the... What the stupid crap? Get out of here. At least you don't poison me. I'm not going to pick you up. You're not worth picking up. But he built this thing on the back because my dad was had a very ingenuitive streak to him. And I tell you what, I watched my dad, even though he was broke, even though he couldn't do a regular job because his back was so messed up, he couldn't hold a regular job all day. He couldn't stay standing long enough to hold a regular job all day. But he did everything he could and made every decision he could and pinched every penny and looked at every angle to feed us. Because one of the things in that video was, have you ever had to worry about where your next meal came from? And I was kind of torn when I was sitting there thinking, how many of these apply to me? How many of these are things that I can relate to as far as privileges that I've had in my life? And the funny thing is I'm kind of on the fence with that one. Because I never actually had to worry about where my next meal would come from. Because my dad took care of that. I mean, my dad flat out did everything he could and always made sure us kids had plenty to eat. And I didn't find it out until way later, once I was up into my teens, that my mom and dad flat out did not eat many nights just to make sure that me and my brother had everything that we could, had our fill of food. They'd say, "Oh yeah, no, have some more. Here you go." Yeah. It's like, no, I'm good. And they would eat what was left over. If we wanted seconds, and we had seconds, and there was nothing left over, my mom and dad would flat out not eat. I didn't know that was happening when I was a kid. I, felt kind of guilty for that because I was that unobservant when I was, 9 years old. I just figured it was all good because, Dad, he made lots of money all his life. We never had to worry about food. And whenever he got hurt, we still never had to worry about food. I didn't realize he was doing all the worrying for us. The thing is, people that worry about food like that, it depends on the choices that their parents have made. It's not a privilege of their ethnicity or anything of the sort. So, I mean, if I want to say anything to anybody out there, is, man, make good decisions for your family. Number one decision is don't go having kids until you want to have kids. And, ultimately that means don't be doing the things that make kids if you don't want to have kids. One of the things that have been celebrated lately is the whole, heaven forbid I speak out on my dislike for abortion. The funny thing is, it's not even that it even bothers me morally, because ultimately I believe God is sovereign and God will do what's right by everyone, even aborted babies and everything else. But that's beside the point. There's a moral obligation that people have to other human beings, and that violates it. They say, oh, a woman's right to choose. Well, what about the baby's right to choose? You're not even going to give that baby a chance. Oh, well, it's the woman's body. Well, the baby's body is the baby's body, in my opinion. There's a whole other person. It's just not a person that can speak for itself. That, of course, brings up another 100 debates and everything else, but whatever. We don't need to get into all that. Everybody's going to be what they have, but they anymore they glorify the fact that, oh yay, I can go get an abortion and make my life comfortable, and I don't have to worry about owning up to the decisions I've made. When we take away people's responsibility to own their decisions, then people do worse and worse things as you go along. Like I say, that differs to a lot of people. Before I knew God, I used to make the statement, what difference does it make? Things of that nature never bothered me on any sort of moral level. And ultimately, as bad as it might sound, they don't bother me now. I just know them to be wrong. Murder does not bother me. I just know it's wrong. Pain doesn't bother me. I just know it's wrong, and I don't wanna have to endure it. And I am a firm believer in, hey, don't be forcing things on people that you don't dig yourself. And ultimately, the statement that Jesus makes, love your neighbor as yourself, goes one step farther than do to others as you'd have others do unto you, which is the golden rule. But love your neighbor as yourself actually goes farther than that if you think about it, because your neighbor likes different things than you do. What you like, they may not like. But if they were to give you a gift, you would hope that they would give you a gift that you liked, not that they liked. So when you love your neighbor as yourself, that means you got to take that next step to get outside yourself. Put yourself and your own desires and your own likes and dislikes aside, and actually enter into their desires and enter into their works, their likes and dislikes. That if you're going to give them a gift, you give them a gift that they want. And that's a lot of extra effort. Unless you just happen to know the person super well and it's a super easy thing. But usually when you know somebody that well, it's because you've already put in all the work over the years getting to know them. And you love your neighbor. And that's why you want to do the good things for them, But, that's one of them things that also crosses my mind every once in a while. And I like to spew it out there. Lay it out there on the table, see what people think. Is that one step farther? Is that just the same thing in a different package? The reason why I say that's the next step farther is I used to try to justify myself doing certain things that I knew to be wrong, because I thought to myself, I don't think that would be so bad. If somebody did that to me, that might be kind of fun. And, without getting graphic or anything like that. And I just quickly realized, but wait a minute, can you apply that across the board? Somebody may use that to justify all sorts of things. But if there's any instance where that would not apply, then you have to realize that you've ran yourself into a contradiction. And you backed yourself into a corner, and you can't sustain such a thing. There we go. I knew we got some more trunks around here somewhere. How long we've been going? We've been 37 minutes. Yeah, we're in good shape. We're in good shape. A couple more logs. Hoping to get all these logs off this island. How am I doing? Suffering for some water. I'm gonna be packaging stuff up here pretty quick. Come on. The lag is real. Not the lag, the jitteriness is real. Might have to grab some palm fronds. Actually, I might just use lashings. I've got some more stuff over here. Might use some lashings. We need quite a bit of water right now. I've seen another one over here. Go ahead and squirt you in there. Pop one of them in there. Got any more directly available? That's 2 more drinks. That would fill us up. We do have 4 or 5 in our deal here. Let's go ahead and get those topped off. Let's go ahead and grab some more of that food that we had in that chest and clear that space out. Not sure what to do with all these coconuts. I'm going to go ahead and just leave them here. I got quite a pile of them going on at the other island. I don't think I need that many. Alrighty, let's go ahead and eat up on some of these dudes. What's our food look like? We need 1.5. Basically, oh, did I just eat a bad one? I did. Ew, I'm throwing up. Apparently, there was a cooked meat in the middle of all that smoked meat. Now, what does that do to our stats? Does it just kill our food? I think it snuffed our water a little bit too. Let's go ahead and replenish all that. Alright, we're looking really good there. Are we out of the UV over here? Yeah, we are. And now we're back into it again. What do we need? We need this guy. We need that guy. I think we need 3 of those. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a plank station going, because we can carry way more planks. Oh, we need that guy right there. How come I can't quick craft my plank station? I can usually do that when it's in my hand. Apparently not. Oh, I need 4 sticks. I was just facing the wrong way. Plank station. Let's set that up right over here somewhere. Where can we fit it in the middle of all these logs so we're as close to stuff as we can be? Come on. Place somewhere. Nailed it. If we go about here like this, we should be able to face most of those logs. Should just be able to craft tons of planks. We'll take these with us, and I think we need 4 per foundation, which is quite a good pile of deals, but we got quite a few going on here. We also have a big old pile of logs at the other place. I got a whole pile of sticks over here, so we can use those. Let's go ahead and start putting these guys in here. Oops, wrong side. There we go. We're going to need more. I'm just going to go ahead and gather these up, because especially these farther ones out, they're not gonna select in the deal. Wrong button again. One of these days I'm gonna learn how to play this game properly, and I'll stop fat fingering buttons. I can't even say it's fat fingering buttons, I'm just flat out selecting the wrong ones. Is that all the logs? I do believe that's gonna do it. We'll fill the rest of everything else up with sticks. Anything we can't make into logs, we are gonna have to break down this plank station for its bits. The best part about it is when we grab our refined axe right here and we look in our inventory, whichever button that is, we now have 100% durability. So that's a really good way to refresh your refined axe. How's my pickaxe doing? It's still at 100% durability. Hey, I wonder about that one. It just seems like my pickaxe always has a lot of durability. I don't know what's up with that. Nope. Yeah, that'll hold some. That'll hold some. We got quite a few diddly bobbers. Let's go ahead and just chop this into sticks. Throw some sticks in here. There's another place for sticks. Need a couple more sticks in there. So that should be all the crates full. Okay, sun's going down. We're at 17:56. That means we can go back to sleep. We have 3 slots to fill up. Do we fill it up with sticks? I have a feeling the rocks really need to go back. The lashings probably need to go back. And I should take this crude hammer, but we can't. I picked up that coconut flask. Let me go ahead and dump the coconut flask. Actually, you know what? I gotta go over there and sleep. I think I'll drop that coconut coconut flask off over here by the tent. We'll have us asleep and we'll head back in the morning. Wonder, let's say I wonder if it would be prudent to leave those rocks here, but I don't think so. I have a feeling we're not going to be doing a lot on this island ever again. We have what we need. Sleep. We got what we need over here, so that's really what matters. A place to sleep and a place to do the thing. I think there's even a fire here somewhere. Oh, I got more fronds over here. Go ahead and put what we can in this camp, in this water still. So it's ready for us when we need it someday. Go ahead and take our slurps off of there. And go ahead and just get out of here. Let's go ahead and slurp a coconut because we can. We take 2. Hang on. Wrong button. There we go. Now we only need 1 of those. Stick this one over here too. Quick and easy slurp if you think about it. Anyhow, let's go ahead and head back. Nice thing about where we parked, we'll drift out with the current. So it's a really convenient place to come in and out of. I need to fill 2 slots with sticks. And we got an extra rock. And yeah, that should do the trick. This boogie. I think there's anything to poison me in here. No, everything seems to be alright. Go ahead and weigh anchor and drift out with the current. I really want to get the motorboat going, but I realized after I went and got that clay that motorboat ain't gonna work until I can make some fuel. Fuel ain't gonna work until I have a gas can to make fuel still. Not only that, I need 2 gas cans because one of them you gotta use to do the deal. Can I make the turn out of here? Well, we're gonna try it. Worst case scenario, we get hung up and we have to drift out again. Looks like we might just pull it off. Alright, we're heading that way. The neat thing about this is when you put your focuser out there, it just stays in that direction. Oh, hello. I didn't even see that coming. Wasn't even paying attention. It's a nice bird, Captain. I have to rename our raft the Unsinkable. Slipgator reference. Unsinkable 2. But not total. So, anyhow, well, I don't know. Today seemed to be like a much more well put together thought process kind of day. Any questions, comments? Leave them in the comment section. I like to have things to talk about other than things rolling around my own brain. Really be fun to talk about things that maybe you guys find interesting. Leave them in the comments. I'll tell you what I think about it. Possibly, well, hopefully, I will look into them before I spew my opinions of unbridled nonsense and unplanned thought processes of, you know, all the kind of out of the barrel stuff that I did with that last video. I was just way not thought out. I did not have a clear picture in my mind as to what was going on. It was more of a reaction than a respond situation. If anybody knows what I mean there. When you face an argument and you understand what's going on and what's actually being said in the argument, you can actually respond as to what's wrong with it versus reacting to how you feel about it. Because like I say, I don't want to... I just dislike the whole idea that... And like I say, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe my own personal biases, being a well-off white person, my own personal bias is the fact that I want to protect the fact that I don't think that I'm any sort of super privileged person. And maybe it's some sort of pride issue that I have that makes me think that, you know what, I've worked hard my entire life, because when my dad got hurt, like I was talking before, he just taught us that you gotta work. You gotta work for what you get. And just, I don't know, it just seems like people these days want to have the government hand them out everything, and there may be quite a few biases that I hold that really obstruct an objective opinion that I could, a more objective opinion that I could have. But nobody ever, either they're as bad as I am at conveying what they think, or you know, I'm actually thought out as well as I hope I am. Alright, let's go ahead and dump our... Oh, man, them bushes are just hollowing away. Go ahead and dump our goodies right here. Let's see, that's 3. We'll just go ahead and dump the other 3 off right here like so. You know what? I think I'm going to grab a hammer. We'll see how many... see how well we can do with the... See how far we can get with a bridge here. Not so much a bridge, but like a dock, you know. Like I said, I've had a lot of fun with the fishing yesterday, and it's really relaxing. Really, I mean, ultimately it's just relaxing. I want to kind of go out this way. Should I go more out that way to where I can line up with the dock? Actually, if I go up and put a T-shape on it, that might work out best. How far out do I need to go here? And what's the best direction? I want to go straight for that island. I think I want to come out to here. I think I just want to kind of miss these rocks right here. Let's go ahead and get a plank foundation brought up here. Find the right height. We want our boat to be able to kind of dock up to it. I want it nice and low, so our boat is like, so we can get as far out in the water as we can. I just gotta nail it. We just gotta do it. I should be able to quick craft those now. One of them guys. Let's go ahead and build that out a little bit. We'll stretch this guy back. I probably should have started on the other end, but if I gotta walk through the water a little bit, it shouldn't be that big a deal. I don't think there are any... I don't think there's any starfish that spawn in and wander around in this area directly. I've never really noticed them, so hopefully I don't inadvertently get myself poisoned. A little quick craft. Let's see how far out we can get this baby to go. Come on, give me another one. Ooh, I'm liking that. Do we have the options for another one? Oh man, we are way out there. Is that like right out here on the... Oh yeah, now we're talking turkey. You know what, I like that a lot. That's actually working really well. I'm going to go ahead and build this out a little bit. I don't know how many planks I got left. Oh, that's right, we got that other pile of logs we can chop up too. Or plankify. We got a couple other islands that we've already kind of hit. We can go and get all the fronds out of and all that good stuff. We probably ought to get those done pretty soon too. This will be helping our spoofs really well. How's our spoofs looking anyway? Our spoofs are going to be great, but our stats looking alright. We could use some food. We got a couple fish over there already. Yeah, see that rock right there? The way it bobs out of the water? But that'll still make it to the point where we can swoop in here and park on the dock. Can I put another one off to the side? Let's rotate that. Nailed it. One more? You got one more? Oh, hello, super wave. That way, I don't see any point at which it's gonna connect right. I've messed with it. Getting at different angles sometimes will give you a blue light, but I'm not seeing any blue connection on this one whatsoever. So you know what? I don't think we're gonna be able to pull that one off. But can go this way. Turn, rotate, like so. One more. Rotate, like so. And we don't have any more planks. We're going to need a few of them to go out that way. Let's go ahead and build these out as well. But this should give us enough face on this edge to give us enough room to swoop in and maybe cut our sail and then drift up against it. The current may actually hold us in tight to it, which would be really nice for docking. And we'll be slightly higher than the dock, so we can walk off of our boat and transfer our stuff and do all that good stuff. And when we get the motor, technically we can just drive straight into it and then back out, because you can go reverse in the motors. At least I think that's what I've seen. I'm not sure how that works. I've never actually put a boat motor together. I have all the stuff for the boat motor. I just don't have any gas to run it with, so it doesn't do me any good to put a boat motor on my deal yet. Let's go get one of those crude hammers so we can make a planking station over here. Grab the old crude hammer. Going to need a lashing. We're going to need 4 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to need that guy. I grabbed the lashing, right? Yeah, I did. Come over here, make yourselves a plank station real quick like. And plank station. And come on, you can do it. Nice and close, nice and close. And we will go ahead. Every 4 is a foundation. We can always run back to the island for sticks if we need sticks. I mean, there's still a pile of sticks over there. Not to mention there are a bunch of those smaller trees that give you sticks. Incorrect. Let's get that guy back up. I don't know how I switched that over, but that was weird. Incorrect again. Nope. Apparently I've run out of space. I've not run out of space, I just ran out of stuff and things here. Let's get these a little bit closer, I guess. So I could have just thrown some planks on the ground. I do need to go over here real quick. Actually, it just got done raining, so our crops should all be nice and filled with water right now. It just got done raining. Tree's growing pretty good. Hey, look, we already got a fruit on it. I don't know if I should grab that unless I want to munch it. You know, I can munch that. It'll continue to grow more. I noticed that they don't regrow in the wild, which kind of sucks, but I think that brought our water up really good. Ooh, food and water, that's nice. Got us some taters. Ooh, more potatoes. Got ourselves a full deal right there. Dos piperinos. Need to use one of those and do the deal real quick. Might as well just get that taken care of. I can't get that taken care of. I didn't take down my planking station. But I can't take down my planking station. I still need it. Let's go ahead and finish making these guys. Go ahead and break this guy back down. Get our empty slot, one of those guys. Nailed it. Do I have any empty spaces? No, I do not. Let's go ahead and get that up in our hand. Let's go build some more dock. We'll just go back and get that stuff later. It'll be fine. Either that or we'll just leave it there and we can make a planking station out of it later. And refurb our nice fine piece of axe machinery. Do I want to come out this way more? I don't think I need to. Let's see if we can't get it extended back first. You connect right, yes you are. I've found that you almost always need to build stairs. Oh, stupid thing! I can't jump while I'm trying to build. I mean, it's just weird. So I guess it's not weird because the jump button is the build button. Like this right here, I don't even know if my guy can walk over that. It's like the weirdest thing. I mean, that looks like I should be able to walk onto it no sweat. I think it may have just put this thing down absolutely perfect. Can I walk across it? Ooh, I can walk across it. Oh baby. Last couple times I've messed with building in docks. It was, I mean, looked like barely a step up off the ground, but still required a set of stairs in order to walk up onto it without having to jump. I don't like the idea of having to jump onto my dock, so that's a thing. I just realized we've been at this for over an hour now, so I think we're going to finish out this dock piece and we're going to have to call this an episode. Fancy new dock out here. Come out here, do some fishing, maybe in the beginning of the next episode. How's our food look? Our food and water looks good. It's a nice bright sunshiny day. A little bit of this, a little bit of save action. Game has been saved. Alrighty, well, we cleared off an island, had a little chit chat, built ourselves a super amazing dock. About super amazing. It's gonna be better. I want to put a little hut up here, a little bit of sun coverage, so I can come out here and go fishing. It'd be a nice place. Might even build a chair. I don't know if you can sit in chairs. I don't know if you can fish out of chairs. But you know what? I think I will test that. In the next episode too, I noticed our fires cooked down really well. I want to do some fishing and I want to do some timer testing on cook times for different meats. Maybe not the large meats because, I mean, they're kind of OP and you only get them from the sharks, but I think standing out there on the dock, the sharks may even show up, which would be kind of nice because then I could just stab them. But once again, save. I'm the Holy Gamer. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And may God bless you. Later.